Well, damn fly. You've seen 2 tractors of the fleet. How about if I show off the rest of them? Stay tuned. So now the 8830 and then 17700 was at my uncle's farm. And now I'm at my dad's place where I grew up. And my dad and my uncle, they run land together, but my dad only has the animals. So I'm over at my dad's farm, and I'll show off some of the rest of the tractors. And of course you can see behind me is our round baler, the BR7060 4x5 baler. So let's get going. So here's the 5000 gas. I don't know what year this is, but this tractor was the first tractor my uncle bought. And then here, up until a couple years ago, sold it to my dad. So my dad's got another utility tractor. So maneuver around the shed here. Here's the BR7060. Right here. This used to be the big horse up until about 2 years ago. The TW20. My favorite tractor out of my dad's fleet. Down here, Allis Chalmers D15. This is the first tractor my dad bought when we first moved here when I was a kid. One of my favorite tractors for raking hay and just, you know, little minor stuff. And back there's the other 7700. Here you go, here's another. So here's a better view of the TW20 there. So this tractor here, the TW20, and the 7700, which is right here I'm standing up against, they're both the same year, but they both got bought at different times. Well, this 7700 here, my uncle bought this tractor and ended up selling it to my dad too. So it's kind of funny. It's been in the family for a while. Then this one here, we bought from my brother-in-law's parents. My former brother-in-law, my sister's now divorced, unfortunately. But this came from my former brother-in-law's dad. And I mean, this tractor she's a workhorse. I don't know what it is from the factory, but I know she's putting out around 150 horse. Like I said before, to get 8830 came along, this was the big horse, and primarily use for it is running the round baler. My dad likes his tractor on the round baler. I mean, the 7700 would do it, but he likes the more power of the TW20. Like I said, there's the D15 raking tractor, pulling hay wagons, whatever. This tractor did have a loader on it, an actual Allis Chalmers loader on it that's sitting outside. We took it off when my dad bought the skid loader. So here's the 7700 again. So this 7700 is newer than the one at my uncle's house. I don't know what the year that one is, but this one, like I said, this one and the TW20 are the same year. Both tractors have the dual power transmission where you got the high-low and the 4 speeds, and then you got your high and low on the floor, which for you IH guys is pretty much the same thing as the TA, but it's better because it's a planetary and not a Sprag, which is a hell of a lot better. Then you go back over to the 5000 here. That's got the standard 8-speed, 4 gears, and the high-low, which is in between your legs there. Okay, so now up in the cab of the TW20, yeah, it's all dusty and dirty in here because the air conditioning doesn't work. But I don't know, my dad won't fix it, but whatever, his tractor. So it's the 7700s and the TW20s, the dashes are pretty much the same. Transmission's the same, as I said before. Get your 4 speeds, get a high-low. Then the TW20 has a park position versus the 7700 does not. So I thought that was kind of weird. So why don't that one have a park? But, well, you know, whatever. So down there on the floor, you got a foot pedal to run the high and low for the dual power. And like I said on the 8830, it's got the toolbox right here, and also kind of doubles as a seat, so you bring your wife, your girlfriend, or your kids with. That tractor over there, the toolbox is only like half of this, and it's just a regular toolbox, so it doesn't provide much of a seat for anything. So you guess you could say Ford was the one to come out first with the buddy seat. So here's the back side of the 7700. It's got a, what the hell, NewHolland H6740 mower. Dad likes mowing grass hay with this versus the hay vine. Of course, mowing the road ditches, we do that. We actually do make road ditch hay because otherwise we don't have enough. So we're a very small farm. We only run about 130 acres. And then behind me here, turn flip around here. Here's the square baler, 275 NewHolland. And over here, our green drill. And yes, there is something John Deere on this farm. There's actually more than one thing John Deere on this farm. The drill, the planter. We have a Donahue trailer. And the disc is John Deere. And underneath all that junk over there, there's an Oliver 4-bottom plow that we don't use anymore. I'd actually like to get it out and use it again. But it's the old trip style. It's not the spring reset. But I actually like to get out and play with it a little bit, because I think it's good anyway, every once in a while to actually turn the soil over. So if you're ever wondering why there's no John Deeres on this farm, it's because I'm the only one in the family that likes John Deere. When I was growing up, my dad, he's actually an international guy, and my mom's dad had international equipment, and that's kind of how he got acquainted with international. My dad did grow up in town. When he was really, really young, my grandpa, my dad's dad, actually did farm for a few years, and he couldn't buy the farm. He's actually renting it. He couldn't buy the farm, so he ended up moving to town. But anyway, back when he farmed, they actually had Allis Chalmers equipment. So that's kind of where the D15 comes into play, because my one grandpa likes Allis Chalmers, my other grandpa likes red. The blue tractors come in because my uncle first started out being a mechanic at the Ford dealer, and then he bought the 5000, which I'm standing by right now. And we were using it for baling hay one summer, and we kind of got acclimated to it. And then after that, we bought the 706, and that tractor is clumsy, and we had problems with it. We had burned valves with it. We had to swap the motor out once, and it was just a clumsy tractor. I'm glad we got rid of it. Plus, I absolutely hate the shifting on it. That's what I hate about International. I hate their shifting. Hate the transmission they have in it. They had that transmission all the way up until the 86 series. In the 88 series, they finally got smart and changed it up, but then they went under. But anyway, so we started using Fords. And then after the 5000, my uncle had a 6600. For a while, we were using that. Then he traded that off for the 7700 that my dad has. And then after that, 7700 came. Then before the 7700 came, we bought the TW20. Then the 7700 came, and then my dad bought the 7700 from my uncle. Then my uncle bought a couple other tractors, and in between there, but he came and bought and sold them. They didn't stick around. And then the other 7700 came along, and I think that's maybe when the 6600 got traded. But anyway, my uncle had a 6600 Ford, and I got traded for one of the 77s. I just don't remember which one. And then the 8830 came along. That was the last tractor we bought. So there you go. You kind of got a little bit of history of our farm a little bit. So thanks for watching. Please comment, rate, and subscribe for more. And don't forget to hit that little bell so you know when I make new videos. So take care. See you next time.